I talk about this a lot because I feel there are a lot of women whose standards are not high enough, or they don't believe in their self well enough. So there are others that also, like, they are at the other end of the spectrum. They believe that. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time seeing this cute face, please don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button. And if you're new, hi, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about high expectations versus high standard. Like, I'm going to be differentiating between high expectations versus high standards, because I feel like we get confused if someone tells us to lower our expectation. We feel they are telling us to, like, lower our standards, or we should settle for less, or we should just we shouldn't. But on my channel, you guys know I talk about a lot of self-improvement and not settling for less, and knowing your value, and going for it, knowing your worth. So I'm not telling anyone to lower their standards, basically, because I'm just trying to explain the difference between having high standards and expectations. So if this looks like something that will be beneficial to you, or really want to learn from them, let's dive right into today's video. On my channel, I talk about a lot of self-improvement. I talk about having high standards, and having just having high standards and feeling you're enough on my channel. So I talk about this a lot because I feel there are a lot of women whose standards are not high enough, or they don't believe in their self well enough. So there are others that also, like, they are at the other end of the spectrum. They believe that they are good enough, but their expectations are quite high, too high in case, or they are unrealistic, basically. So I'm going to be differentiating between unrealistic, high expectations and high standards, so that we'll be able to know what this thing causes, basically. So I'm going to be talking about these 4 words. I'm going to be differentiating between them so that you'll be able to, like, get what I'm trying to say. So the first word is deal breaker, the second one is standards, the third one is expectation, the fourth one is preference. So the thing is that people get it all wrong. They are so sure about their deal breakers, their expectation, their preferences, their standards, that, like, they mix it all together and they get it all wrong, and they wonder why at the end of the day they always end up getting disappointed and heartbroken. So when it comes to relationship, relationship, dating, and finding the one, there are explanation for these 4 words. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is deal breaker. Deal breaker are the things that you can't live without. They are the non-negotiables. Like, you can't live without them. Like, maybe the man should have a good job, the man should be caring, the man should be kind. Those are deal breakers, the bare minimum. Like, they are not hurtful, that they are the things that are expected for the person to have. They are not negotiable. So I'm going to be talking about standards. Standards are your basic, like, the bare minimum, like, the smallest, tiniest bit of thing that the person should have. At least, like, the man you want to date should have a job, you should be able to take care of himself, he should be stable financially. Those are the bare minimum, like the standards that you set for yourself, that the man you're going to date should have. The man should not be abusive, he should not be a cheater, he should be a nice person. These are the bare minimum standards that person should have. Moving on to preferences. Preferences are what you will prefer in that person. Maybe the person should be light, the person should be dark, the person should be tall or short. These are the would be nice, like, would be nice, the things you wish the person should have, or the preference you wish the person you want to date should have. The next one I'm going to be talking about is Expectations are like the things we expect a man to be, to do, or to have. E.g., his earnings should be this certain amount, you should drive this particular type of car, you should be prince charming and come and sweep you off your feet, you should be financially stable, and so on and so forth. So let's get a bit into these four words that I've mentioned. A guy that has a job, financially stable, and can take care of you and shares same faith with you, has a good moral principle, and is not a criminal, is not abusive, has good and presentable taste, and there's nothing that are things that are not unrealistic. These things I've mentioned are not unrealistic, in the sense that the problem is that some women want a 6 feet, 6-pack, 6-figure kind of guy, like a perfect guy, which is weird because perfection does not exist. Like, even though it exists, there's a little chance that 6 feet, 6-figure guy would want you. Yeah, so there's a high chance that 6-figure guy would not want you in particular, or want somebody else. So you shouldn't have so much expectation. There's a little chance that person that is 6 feet, 6-figure, the perfect guy you want, will be a good guy, because it's actually a rare thing to find. So there is no perfection anywhere, basically. So it is really hard for you to find somebody that is so perfect. So yeah, you should try as much as possible to balance your expectations. Being realistic now, if there's a 6-figure, 6 feet guy that exists somewhere, you might rather prefer somebody that is not even 6 feet, 6-figure, somebody that you won't even think about, somebody that you even feel is worthy. Because I know for a fact that I'm not a 10, I'm not a 10, but I'm above average. I think. So what I know is that a lot of women, they rank themselves how they rank the man that they want to date. So they rank their men according to the job they have, the car they are driving, the business they have. And basically, guys don't care about all that, because they feel it is their responsibility to have all those things, basically. So they don't really see that or look for that in women they want to date or marry. So the type of stuff you are leading with in the dating game shouldn't be degrees, job, material items. All those things are good to have, but these are not what men want. Basically, they don't want this. So this is just checking on the scenario of a married woman who doesn't have all these that I've stated: job, good degree, and so. A married man that does not have a job, she does not have a degree, she does not have a car, she does not have a business, but she is she's able to manage a home, she's able to build a home together with the man. She's kind, she's a loving wife, she respects her husband, and she's supportive when need be, and she's a very supportive and a good mother to her children. Yeah, you discover that you that have all these things, you are still single, and somebody that does not have these things get married, and you are wondering that what are you doing wrong. So disclaimer, it's not that having all these things are bad. Having a house, having a car, having all these luxuries is a bad thing, but don't lead with these qualities when you want to date or when you're looking for the one. Lead with qualities like being good, having a good behavior, having good qualities, basically. So yeah, I am a YouTuber. Yeah, it's true, I'm a YouTuber, but I'm not going to, when I want to look for the one, or when I want to date, I won't search for somebody that match up to my expectation, because I'm not going to tell a man that yes, I have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That doesn't concern the man. But the qualities you should bring into the game is you should be able to like love, support, be kind, be loving, be sweet, you know, just basically good stuff. Be supportive of your man when need be. That sounds better than having 1 million subscribers on YouTube or being CEO of a company to a man, because this characteristics of having luxury doesn't guarantee a good man, basically. So good man wants a good woman. So you attract what you are on the inside. Like if you're a good person on the inside, you definitely will attract a good person as well. A good man will actually attract a good woman, basically. So you should try as much as possible all the things you do externally, make sure they are good things, like, you know, being kind, being, you know, make sure it radiates towards to your outside, basically. So because that men are attracted by what they see. That's true. Like your beauty may attract them, but beauty does not really keep a man for forever, basically. So you should try as much as possible to work on your characteristic, like your inward traits as well, like your personality as well, your character as well. So you should try as much as possible to work on the inside as well, because the outside would not really, you know, last forever. So yeah, being beautiful is good and great, but being more beautiful on the inside is greater. So you should try as much as possible to, like, you know, radiate that good inwardly as well. So yeah, so there is a difference. Okay, yeah, wanting an handsome guy, it relates to wanting a guy that is handsome as well, but you know, the handsome quality is not the only thing that is going to last for you, because when something happens to the guy and he's no longer handsome, or he has a problem with his face and his face got disfigured, and you don't see, if it is just because of the handsomeness that you dated that person, when the person turns out to, you know, be ugly, you won't have anything left. Like there won't be anything left for you to lead that relationship. So you don't base the quality of your relationship on just the outside alone, but you base it on what is on the inside as well. So should you comprise standards, and should you compromise? So I want to ask this question now. Should you compromise on your standards? No. Should you compromise on your deal breakers? No. Preferences? Yes. Expectations? Hell yes. Because I would rather trade a guy who is 6 feet, 6 figure, 6-pack guy that is, you know, that has a billionaire life, like there is any 6-figure amount of money and is always busy, he's always stressed out, he doesn't have time, he's always on the run from one travel to another. I would trade that kind of guy for somebody that is hardworking, is financially stable, has a good pay, and is working hard, does not have a 6-figure but works out to have a 6-figure, and is trying to be fit and is kind and caring any day to someone that is a 6-figure, 6 feet perfect kind of guy. So I know some of you will ask, why do we have to choose? Why do we have to settle? Like, you need to keep okay, when you keep living and dating and life shows you what's really important, then you will know that you need to settle for, you know, and you need to settle for the bare minimum. No, not the bare minimum. Basically, you should settle for what's important really. So not settling, but adjusting to your expectations to a realistic one. It's not that I'm not saying you should like settle for less, but you try as much as possible to be realistic with your expectations. So ask yourself, if you were blind, what kind of guy would you bring, or would you date, or would you be with? Is it a kind that will give you joy, happiness and the love and care that you deserve, or will you be with somebody that will make you sad basically? So I'm not saying you can't have it whole, like having that job, having a 6 figure, 6 feet, six, everything 6'6", a perfect kind of guy, but the chances are very rare, like 0.001% rare. So yeah, so I'll prefer an average guy, because I'm average as well, so I'll prefer to go with an average guy rather than someone date on a level that is unrealistic and be looking for somebody that has 6 figures, 6 feet, 6'6" kind of guy. So yeah, you should try as much as possible to date on a level that you feel it is realistic enough. If you start giving yourself unrealistic standards, you end up being single, and it's not going to benefit you. So as I was saying, you should try to be realistic with what the dating standards you set. So you should try as much as possible to not move your head out of that Cinderella movie world, and face the reality, and reduce your expectations, and yeah, you'll be able to find that person, find the one that will be perfect for you. So yeah, so if you have to delete your social media, your Pinterest account, to be able to achieve that realistic goals that will make you achieve that realistic goal that you want to achieve when it comes to dating. And yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. The video is actually short, but I hope you guys got my points. And this brings me to the end of today's video. And if you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe, click that bell button to know whenever I post new videos. I'm trying to get 500 subscribers, so yeah, share my videos with family, share with friends, share with anybody possible. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.